The mask-wearing journey of sweet Papa T. And what in the men's ministry, we had a discussion about it. Dr. Parker, he takes the reader on his life's journey from childhood through adulthood, where he wore masks to survive and thrive in a changing world while living as a black man in the deep South. And some of our older people, you know all about it, that it was so rough and so tough. You had to wear masks so that folk wouldn't try to strip you of your employment. You had to wear masks so that folk wouldn't try to strip you of your dignity and your ability to provide for your family. Now, our generation, we said, well, we can't do that. There's no way we could do that. But can I tell you, our ancestors did what they had to do in order to survive. Is there a witness in the house? Somebody say yeah. Somebody say yeah. See, when we wear masks, we pretend to be someone that we are not in order to be accepted in a society of people who feel that they have power over us. I'll say it again. When we wear masks, we pretend to be someone that we're not in order to be accepted by folk that feel that they have power over us. Our foreparents, they literally had to look down in the past. When they would walk by somebody down the sidewalk, they couldn't look them in the eyes because there would be repercussions. And so they had to look down, and they specifically did that to our men trying to take their manhood. They couldn't look them in the eyes because of racist people who were threatened by them looking them in the eyes. And unfortunately, there still remains a stench of that type of intimidation in our world. But our young people today has to know that there has been a power shift. Look at your neighbor and say a power shift, which simply has gone unrealized for many decades. I had a conversation with Dr. Gillis once, and we were talking about the Sweet Papa T, the book, and the fact that our ancestors had to look down when they passed by folk that were their oppressors because they wanted to preserve their life and not cause their family any harm. And I said, oh, that had to be so bad. I talked to one of our members about it, Dr. Alexander. She's about to turn 100 years old, and she confirmed that was something that they had to do because people felt like they had power to strip their ability to take care of themselves. And so in my conversation with Dr. Gillis, as we discussed the topic, she said it this way. She said our elders were not allowed to look white people in the eyes and had to look down. But she said they looked down so we could look up. Is there a witness in the house? I thank God for my grandparents. I thank God for my parents. They looked down so that I could look up. In verse 13, the Lord declares, if you look for me wholeheartedly, you will find me. God says, if you look for me, you will find me. But to find the Lord of hosts, you can't find him looking down. To find the Lord of hosts, you can't find him feeling less than. To find everything that God has in store for you, the Bible says his plans are for you to look up because I have good in store for you and not disasters. His plans for you are to look up and to give you a future. He says his plans for you are to look up and to give you a hope. In order to see God's plan for our lives, we got to find a way in the midst of turmoil to look to the hills from whence cometh our help, knowing that our help comes from the Lord. in the 1990s, Tupac, he had a hit song with these lyrics. Says, time to heal our women. Be real to our women. And if we don't, we'll have a race of babies that will hate the ladies that make the babies. And since a man can't make one, he has no right to tell a woman when and where to create one. So will the real men get up. I know you're fed up, ladies, but keep your head up. Keep your head up. Ooh, child, and things are going to get better. Keep your head up. Ooh, child, and things are going to get easier. What am I saying? As children of God, we got to keep our heads up and believe that God is still the Alpha and Omega. Keep your head up and know that you're the head and not the tail. Keep your head up and know that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Don't give up. Don't look down. Keep your head up and know that God will make a way somehow. Are there any witnesses in the house that know that God will? Somebody say yeah. Somebody say yeah. Don't look down. Don't give up, but keep your head up and declare that my God can do all things except for fail. Somebody say yeah. Somebody say yeah. The devil thought he had you, thought that you was going to give up, but you ought to lift your hands, give God a praise, and lift up your head, O ye gates, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is the King of glory? The Lord, strong and mighty. Who is the King of glory? Lift up your heads, ye everlasting doors, and watch God do God. Keep your head up. Keep fighting. Keep your head up. Keep praising. Keep your head up. Keep pushing. And God